Good morning, thriving warriors. Okay, Google, what is the date?
It's Monday, February 6th, 2023.
Great. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 6:13 a.m.
Great. Okay, Google, what is the weather?
It's 41 and clear. Today, it'll be sunny with a high of 60 and a low of 35.
Okay, so here we are, we're rushing. We have Bible study, Proverbs at 6:30. So I have to get out of here by 6:25. Good morning, Charlene. Good morning. I will be leaving here around 7 o'clock. If you could make sure that Sayer knows. Good morning, Diana. So here we are at Department of Career Services, where our goal is very simple. We're just trying to help you get from point A to point B, where B is better. We do it through a series of breadcrumbs. The first breadcrumb is this podcast. There are 8 more breadcrumbs in the description down below. Time is racing, so you're going to have to look at them yourself. But they're really, really, really good. They're all good breadcrumbs, including Seth Godin's daily blog transcript. Okay, so let's get ready to rumble. Fasten your seatbelts. First thing to do, morning coffee. Have that handy. Boom, coffee, pen, and paper, because we need to remember this stuff. We need to turn it from thoughts to remembered thoughts to behavior to habits to routine. Automatic. Okay. First breadcrumb, next breadcrumb along the way, our basic breadcrumb, daily breadcrumb. You want to get from point A to point B. It's simple. Do the things you love. Oops. Do the things you love. Boom. Just do the things you love. Simple. Not easy. Simple. Okay. Next, let's move on to our statement of appreciation. Ask yourself, okay, so the statement is, I'm so happy and grateful now that... And then ask yourself, what am I so happy and grateful about now? So I'm going to say, I'm going to see the Jesuit today. Boom. I'm going to see the Jesuit today. Wow. How lucky and fortunate am I? And that's kind of a good segue into one of the things in today's motivational video was the best thing that poor people can do is take a rich person out for dinner. Now, this could be applied to other things too. Somebody doesn't have to be poor in money. It could be poor in spirit, could be poor in knowledge, poor in whatever. Take somebody who has what you are looking for out to dinner. Get them and then listen. So it's not about taking them to dinner and tell them about your life. Take them out to dinner and listen to what they have to say. Don't talk, listen. Or if you talk to understand, to learn from them. The good news is people will always talk. Et voila. Practice listening. 30 minutes a day. Now, 30 minutes a day. Another thing that came out, another meme idea that spreads from brain to brain. Another meme is to spend 30 minutes a day reading. Okay, great. Congratulations, Diana. I got my midterm grade of an A. Boom. Do the things that you love. And you have a lot of things motivating you to do that, so that's great. And I know you're spending hours reading. I know that you do that. I know that Charlene spends time every day, 3 hours in the Word, but much of it is reading and writing. Very important. Read and write. Good. Why is it that the best people are the ones who are on here, and the people who talk a good game are too busy? to be on here doing this. Okay, next meme, because time is racing. Today is week 2 in our 4-week neuroscience-oriented approach to success. This is inside my skull-sized kingdom. How does my brain work? So on a neuroscience level, as opposed to a psychology level, we look at how the brain works in terms of 3 main parts. Neurons, or as Yuval Harari says, neurons. We look at how neurons work, what their purpose is, what happens if we damage them. We kind of learned that from Dr. Amen last week. So we look at neurons, we look at neurotransmitters, which are the source of all of our feelings. And we look at the reticular activating system. So today is neurons, tomorrow is neurotransmitters, Wednesday is the reticular activating system. Our goal is to be able to dial in who we need to be right now. And we do that by the release of neurotransmitters. And we have thoughts and beliefs that trigger the release of those neurotransmitters. So the idea is, if I know what neurotransmitters to release, that will affect my feelings, that will create my feelings. My feelings will affect my behavior will affect the outcome. And then what will happen is it will tend to reinforce my beliefs. So we create the circle on it, and you can imagine a circle with 3 sections: neurons, neurotransmitters, reticular activating system. See how they work to help answer the 2 questions: who am I and why do I behave the way I do? Okay, so today is Sebastian's song talking about I am my connectome, giving a great little layout of how neurons work in the brain. Next breadcrumb, time is racing, 7 minutes, Seth Godin. And then it happened. The world changes and we have a choice. Fight hard to keep it the way it was, Luddites, or notice what happened and then decide to do something with that insight. 30 years ago, AOL was my company's biggest client. They charged users $3 an hour to use their precursor to the internet and paid content providers a royalty based upon time spent on their site. We invented a breakthrough game that was played in a chat room. Our testing showed that people, millions of people probably, would play it for hours at a time. We developed a series of games with AOL that were fun and engaging and were a few weeks from launch. It was certainly the most profitable project I had worked on to date. And then AOL changed to a flat rate monthly pricing, and the royalties went to 0. Well, that happened. The sunk costs were real, but the sunk costs didn't matter. What mattered was that our project was built on a foundation that had disappeared. In less than an hour, we walked away from all of it, which enabled us to build the tools and products we needed. The world is changing faster than ever, sometimes for the better, always giving us a choice to react or respond. Okay, excellent. You can bring that into your life. It's in the notes down below in the description. Read it again, and then read it again. Neurons are trees and don't eat from the bad tree. Okay, right. We want to get rid of our bad habits are stored on neurons. One day in the future, scientists will be able to go in, find the exact neuron or neurons that are part of a chain of bad sequences, bad memories, PTSD, whatever, zap them, give them a little electrical shock, and erase those. But it's a slippery slope. Okay, 9 minutes and 1 second in. All right. What else? How do we get from point A to point B? Navy SEAL maxim: act such that yesterday was the only easy day. Act such that yesterday was the only easy day. Push yourself just a little bit more today. Be proud of yourself at the end of the day when your head hits the pillow that you did the best you can. And finally, remember, if you're still here, God isn't through with you yet. There's some mission, some meaning, some purpose. Act such that everything you do matters, and service to others. Meaning and purpose. Give service to other people. Yesterday was the only easy day. Can I have an and cut? And cut someone. Charlene. And cut. Okay, great. Thank you. Boom. And boom.